Well, we're finishing up our week at Paw Camp, my little munchkin, my little Clifford the red dog. Yes, and you've been very good this week. Do you want to help demonstrate for your parents and your friends and the rest of your family all the things that you've learned this week? Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, we're going to demonstrate some of the behaviors that Clifford has learned over the course of his time at the Puppy Palace. The first one is recall, getting your dog to come back to you. The word we use for that is going to be here. So Clifford, here. Good. And we want to make sure Clifford comes to our side before, thank you, we mark and we reinforce. We want to try to get Clifford to be right by our side. Thank you. When we reinforce, we'll try that again. Sit. Good, stay. Good. Here. Good. Here. So we don't want Clifford sitting right in front of us. We want him, again, by our side. We're going to try that again. Here. Thank you. Nice. Good. We always want to do a release cue once we're done working with him. So we just say free and then toss the treat down to the side and promotes movement, meaning he can now move again. There you go, buddy. Okay, next one is a stay. So we're going to have him here by the side. Nice. Stay. Good. And it doesn't matter if he's standing, sitting, or laying down. The most important thing is that he stay. We want to reinforce that stillness. So as long as he's not moving, we want to mark and reinforce that. So thank you, and then reinforce with a treat. Now, when you move away from your dog after cueing stay, you want to make sure that you step off. Oops! You want to step off of your right foot. What was that about? So I'm going to say stay. Use the hand signal as well. Just don't use the hand signal and the verbal cue at the same time. Don't go stay. I want you to go stay and then the hand signal. Stay. Step off with that right foot. He should stay put. Go on a little bit. And then when you're ready, just go back to his side. Thank you, mark, and reinforce with a little tiny bit of a treat. There we go. Okay. So we have him still in the stay position, but how did we get him down to the ground in the first place? That is going to be the cue, settle. So we're going to get Clifford to come to us again. Here. Oops. Here. Thank you. Put it to his side. Mark and reinforce. Thank you. Here. See that I double pat? That just kind of keeps him near me as we're healing. Always want to stop with that left foot. Good job. And the settle cue is just simply saying settle. Settle. Oops. Settle. Once he's down, mark and reinforce. Thank you. Now Clifford has a slight nipping problem that we're working on. If he does it, I want you just to completely ignore it. He's not biting skin. He's actually going for the treats in my pocket, and he's learning that that's not acceptable, and we're continuing to work up with him on not nipping at the clothing, particularly sleeves and stuff. Very good. Thanks for not grabbing my sleeve. And finally, we're going to demonstrate my favorite place, is when you want your dog to go to a place. It could be any place. All you need to do, let's get him to come to us. Clifford, here. Good boy. And stepping off with your left foot, pointing with your left hand to the place. And good. Thank you. Mark and reinforce when all four paws go to the place. Again, this can be your bed, this can be his bed, this can be blanket on the floor, it can be just about anything. Oops, place. He leaves the place. Oops, quiet. Settle. Don't forget about that oops cue. What that does is indicates to Clifford that that's a behavior that I really don't want to see any more of. Right? We want to extinguish that behavior. So he barked. So I just said oops. He understood what I meant, and he just went back, just went down to that settle position. So every once in a while, he's going to leave the place board, and I'm going to just say, oops, and tell him to go back place. Thank you, settle. Ignore the barking, settle. Oops, right? Oops, thank you. And the oops triggered him to understand that was a behavior we don't want to see, and reinforce the calmness on the place board. I'm going to cue stay. Remember, not at the same time, not stay like that, but stay. Then the hand gesture. Then you can move around. Practice sitting down when you get home, get to your apartment. Stay like that, because you'll see a difference when you start moving your own body positions. So if I'm sitting, very good. Oops, see how he broke that stay? We don't want that when we're sitting, because sometimes we need you in your bed while I'm laying down reading a book or watching TV. So we're going to put him back into place and wait till he settles. Settle. Thank you. You goofy. Stay. Hand signal. And then sit. Good. Nice job. And then you go back. Thank you for staying. And then don't forget the release cue. When you put him in a stay position, you must release him, because if you don't, he's going to decide when he wants to leave his place, and we don't want that, because it's not going to be nearly as long as we typically need it to be. So, free. Just toss that treat. Swing of the arm will indicate you're now free to move and go play. Another cue that we've been working on this week is attention. When I say attention, I look for that eye contact. Nipping, we're working on that. Thank you, attention. What we're looking is that eye contact. When we say attention, as soon as we get that focus, eye-to-eye contact, we want to mark and reinforce. Attention, thank you, and then reinforce. Quick, here. Quick, here. I know, we're going to go right back there, I promise. Here. Oops, here. 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 Okay. What we're seeing here is an unmotivated dog. Again, it's the end of the week. Clifford's getting tired. He's saying, Tim, I'm done listening to you. My brain really hurts. But we can always outsmart our dogs. He's healthy. He's fine physically and mentally, even though he's a little bit tired, both mentally and physically. He's got the energy to work a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a different reinforcer. I've been using little tiny treats, Dr. Marty's treats right here. So I'm going to go grab a different treat and see if we get a different reaction from Clifford. I'm going to try, this tends to work. This is Ziwi. This is, again, is another food. But I like training with this because it's really tiny. Again, you can break up, if you can see this, here's the camera right here. You can break that even up a little bit. Oh, wow, look, we got somebody's attention. So remember that. If the reinforcer you're using isn't working, try to get something that might get his attention. Place. Okay, and we definitely have his attention now. So, I'm going to have the recall here. Once he's by your side, thank you, mark and reinforce. We're going to practice stay. Step off on the right foot, stay. Good, go back, mark, reinforce, and then heel. Remember, just double tap. He'll follow your side. He's free to go. And then we're all finished. I think we covered just about everything, right? You did an awesome job. Thanks so much for your help, Clifford. You want to go outside and go potty? Let's go outside. Here we go.